Hello. Lav has disowned Mr. Girl. And I'm talking to her shortly. And you care. Mr. Girl said he was her dad, and she says that he's not. Team laptop. Oh yeah, baby. I've got some questions to ask, and we can talk about it. And we can talk about some other things. I got some things up my sleeve I want to talk about. You're gonna have to fucking listen. I know you fucking want to sink your fucking teeth and hear all about Lav. No way. What up, Drawser? Smeth disowned when? Who's gonna disown me? Who's gonna disown me? Who can I disown? I don't have anybody to disown. I could disown Max, but he hasn't said I'm his son. But I could still disown him. I could disown anyone I want. I'm gonna disown you. I'm gonna disown my chat. I'm gonna disown my parents in real life. I'm gonna disown my dog. I'm gonna disown. I'm gonna secede from the country. I'm gonna get in a rocket and I'm gonna go to outer space. Leah has said that she's starting her stream. I'm just giving her a moment. Yeah, I don't hang out in servers quite as much anymore. Dude, it takes a lot out of me hanging out in Discord calls. Something about it really can take a lot out of me. Max encouraged you to meet Grace Thorpe. He needs to be punished for that. Yeah, he did. He did. I'm gonna add that to my notes. I'm gonna talk to Lav about that. Yeah. Thank you. Good evening, King. Good evening, King. Good evening, Kings. It's not just the computer, it's just for me, being in Discord calls in like groups can be stressful. Especially around Lav. Everybody is trying to compete because she's very entertaining. It just like happens naturally. She's just super edgy. I don't know how much effort she's putting in. It's just she can't stop. But like everyone else is really trying hard to match that energy. And most people aren't the way she is, and it feels stressful. All right, here we go. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna pop you up. Okay, are you Lav?
Excuse me.
Are you? So are you Lav?
This is the last time we talked? Oh wait, hold on. I need to put in this display capture. Forgot how to do this. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't know how to do this. I'm so useless on the freaking computer. That should be good. Wait.
Take your time.
My stream can hear me, right? Hold on a sec. Hold on a second. Stream, can you hear me and Smith?
Dabba-doo-da, dabba-doo-da. Test-a-rooney, 1 2 1 2, test-a-rooney.
Sorry, I haven't streamed in like literally.
Biddy asks, where did you get your coat?
Dolls Kill, like 2 years ago.
Oh, I think, is that the same? Oh, is that the same coat that you were wearing in?
Oh, I think, is that the same?
Oh, I just heard myself. Okay.
Smeth
Is
was
that
loud. Okay, I turn you down a little bit.
is that the same coat that you were wearing in this? Wait, I did that wrong. Here, you can see my scene. Is that the same coat that you're wearing in this?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I didn't even plan it that way.
Yeah, pretty cool.
This is just my winter coat.
Yeah, I didn't even plan to wear the shirt that says "Daddy would never gaslight you." Yeah.
Are you wearing a choker?
What do you have a problem with that?
Yeah, you're just no, I don't have a problem with it. You're just displaying eunuch behavior.
I'm peacocking. It's the exact opposite of eunuch behavior.
This is eunuch behavior.
Eunuch behavior? Fine. I'm in a chastity device right now.
I believe you. That is also eunuch behavior.
No,
you would be the perfect eunuch, Smith. You'd be the perfect eunuch.
No. I'm like a heat-seeking missile of feminism, and I'm so masculine and comfortable in my masculinity that I empower all the women in my life.
Just close that without showing off my whole butthole.
Yeah,
okay.
There was a foot, but anyone get whatever. Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Everyone's texting me. Jesus Christ.
I was just saying that in VCs, when you're around, you naturally are very edgy, and like you have like something about your brain that like makes you like constantly tell jokes, but other people try to match your energy and they fail, and it's like everybody else, you don't sound try hard, you're just always edgy, but other people end up sounding try hard around you.
Nobody can charisma max like me.
Oh, I wouldn't say charisma.
I think it's charisma.
It's charisma. It works as charisma. It works.
I don't know. What do you think it is? I think I have a predisposition to negging. I don't know actually what it is. I don't know. I don't have the thing that makes I have very like little tact. I'm like never thinking about what I'm saying, which is actually not very good, but I think that makes me funny.
Yeah. That's a very simple way of saying it. Like a non-pathologized way of saying it. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some call it BPD.
Yeah.
Some call it histrionic. I'm sure it's more histrionic than BPD.
Yeah, I was just talking to my girlfriend.
I don't think I'm BPD like at all.
No, yeah, I don't really think you're BPD. BPD doesn't mean anything, okay? BPD,
that's true.
It means like a BPD is the color in the middle of like, you know, when you have all the circles of color and they all like line up and there's like a color in the middle, like where they're like gradient. It's like it could be anything. It could be some narcissism, could be histrionic, it could be psychopathy, it could be, it's just whatever. If you got different shit, you're BPD, and you're a woman. Okay.
Well, yeah, I think if you're a woman who it has charisma, people are like, you have BPD. When like I really do not have symptoms of BPD. Like,
yeah. Well, what I think it might be that if you're a woman with charisma, you end up having BPD because of how people treat you. Maybe that's what it is. I think we
treat me pretty bad. I'm still doing pretty okay.
I think we make women mentally ill. I don't think you're like perfectly healthy. True. You know, I
don't think anyone's perfectly
because
healthy. Because
you're a woman, like people treat you worse than me.
Sometimes, but because you're a people treat you worse.
Well, yeah, but like the people that treat me worse because of that will also treat you good in the worst way.
Yeah, that's true.
So at least they are honest with me.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you think Max wanted to do by calling you, saying that he is your dad?
I think he wanted to fuck me.
Yeah.
I think he wants to have a bunch of sex. No. Well, how real do you want to get?
Go
You
for
wanna
it.
Get down to the brass tacks, Smith?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think having an opposite sex relationship with someone who is like younger than you and attractive is like a hard thing to do. Or a tricky thing to do. I'm not saying that he was necessarily like attracted to me. I think it's hard to spend time with me and frankly not be attracted to me. Just kidding. No, but I think yeah, very acutely aware of the fact that I was like a couple years younger than Shaylin. That we had this instant connection that wasn't sexual by any means. Like it wasn't sexual, but we did have like a connection, some sort of chemistry. I think that if you are in a monogamous relationship and you let that go without boundaries, it sort of can worm into other territories. And I think that part of Max's dad thing was a very clear boundary that whatever we were, it would remain non-sexual. Which he said that he alluded to, or honestly said just blatantly that he wanted me to be like one of the only. He said he wanted to be the only man in my life that didn't want me like for a sexual purpose. Or didn't want to spend time with me for a sexual purpose.
So does he like get jealous if other men aren't sexual with you? So like
I wonder. No, like no, I never experienced anything like that, obviously, but he did say stuff like that he wants to be, you know, like a beacon in my life of like maleness that like isn't scary, but like I have like a dad and I have a grandpa who I'm very close with who I
hasn't
have guy
fucked
friends.
you?
Yeah, my grandpa hasn't fucked me, neither has my dad, contrary to popular belief. I wasn't hot enough as a kid to get fucked, I guess, by my parents, so that's
So Max is hotter than you. Well, he wasn't fucked, but yeah.
Yeah, that gave me a complex. Imagine growing up and hearing like horror stories of your friends, like your hot little friends getting fucked by their parents, and like I'm too ugly to get fucked by my parents, like whatever.
Yeah. Why is it?
But
Fixed it. Okay. But what? Is Shaylin still your mom?
No, it felt very forced with Shaylin always, and Shaylin's a very sweet woman, but also she's 2 years older than me, and I don't know if she's more mature than me or like if she should be in a mentor position at all. Like Connor's older than her, and she's like literally 2 years older than me.
Well,
so
she's so mature because she has Max's tutelage.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like every single time, like I talk about this more, like deeper into like my relationship with Max, I'm just like, this was weird. This was weird. This was weird. Like every single time, like there's just something new every single time that I'm like, that was weird.
I feel like he wants to help women.
Okay, extrapolate, because I think I feel differently.
Okay, maybe not at large, but I think he wanted to help you.
I think he wants to help himself, and I think he saw himself in me.
I had that theory. I had a theory.
I think that he feels kinship and more comfortable around women because I don't think he's a very masculine personality. So I think that he's around more women. And obviously he's a straight man as well, so he has a lot of relationships with women. And then he's also a control freak. So I think that he tries to, this like helping is actually just like codependent patterns playing out. It's not, because it's not, he didn't help me. And I don't think he really wanted to help me. He just wanted to like, his ego is so big that he thinks that he can help everyone in the world. And
yeah, maybe. I had a theory that something him talking about planning to have kids or wanting to have kids one day, and then thinking about like him proclaiming he's your dad, and you being such a like rambunctious child, like like none of the good years, straight to Lav, straight to 25-year-old Lav, whatever. Then like I feel like maybe part of him was like trying to test himself. What do you think?
I talk about in my therapist office, and by therapist office I mean my bedroom, and FaceTiming my therapist every week. We talk a lot about my mother, and we talk a lot about the why. Or I try to talk about the why. Like, why did she do this? Who is she? What are her intentions? And it never does anything because I'm never right. Because I could speculate forever because my mom's extremely complex and Max is also extremely complex.
Sure.
So I don't even know. I think I have an opinion on it, but I also, if I voice my opinion, that's also like, now that could like essentially be like weaponized, or like people could use it against Max, or people could, so I'm a little, I don't know how truthful I want to be, or like how.
Sure, have boundaries by all means.
Yeah.
I'm not asking. I don't really think that I don't think I'm helping you by asking. I just think it's interesting. So so it's not a therapy session,
Yeah, I just don't know why he is the way that he is. I mean, I don't know why he did anything that he did. I mean, sometimes I'm like, oh, he did really love me, and then he'd do things like tell me to post on Twitter to my thousands of followers something that like the whole message, like Steven did this and this and this and this, and like try to get my audience to get more eyes on it. When
that was bad dad move.
When he knew that that's like active, like that was what was hurting.
Yeah, bad dad move. I think so.
Stop. He's bad friend move.
No, I'm like, if he's gonna say he's your dad, and then like, and so you like, he failed in that way. So if he's trying to do that, right? I'm not saying I don't actually think he's actually your dad.
Even in his scope of thinking, it was still a bad dad move.
Yeah,
it was not. That's why I'm like, I don't think he got all of the intentions. And this is what we talked about the last couple times we talked, and I was like, please stop calling yourself my dad. Was I felt like he was probably sexually attracted to me, or at least acknowledged that I was like a sexual being. And obviously put the boundary in place so that it wouldn't go anywhere. Because there were some things where, like, I asked him if he had ever had sex with a black guy, and he was like, I don't think that's appropriate. And I was just like, what? Like, and then he said something about, like, sharing sexual stories was, like, whatever, and I was just like, you've posted porn before. Like, I've seen you fuck a doll. Like,
I've shared sexual stories with my dad.
I've shared sexual stories with my mother, maybe not my dad.
Not very detailed, but
sure. Yeah, neither have I. But even answering the question, but it was just like, it was stuff like that, and so I told him, I gave him this comparison. I was like, when I turned 14 and I wore my first bra, I remember hugging my grandpa and him being acutely aware of the fact that I like was wearing a bra, I had breasts, and side hugging me. And from that point on, I only ever got side hugs from my grandpa, because he was being like aware of the fact that I was a woman and didn't want to make me uncomfortable in any way, or make himself uncomfortable, right? But then I was aware that he felt that way about me. So he was horny. I felt like, ew. So then I felt like my body was like a weapon or something, or like there was something wrong with me, or like that my sexuality was like scary, or it was so, regardless of whether or not he like tried to mitigate the problem, mitigating it was what made me aware of the sexuality component. You know what I mean? And that's why I told Max in like this boundary thing. I'm like, you being this weird about this makes me think that you want to fuck me so bad that you can't be around me unless you have this insane arbitrary boundary. And that makes me super uncomfortable. Regardless of whether or not this is the case, that's just how it made me feel.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So I mean,
I believe
I'm
you.
not speaking for him. I'm not speaking for him or saying that was really the case. I'm just saying that like that's what.
Yeah.
It made me feel like.
I had another theory of why. You want to hear?
Yeah.
Or do you not? Okay.
No, I do.
So when you had that like heart to heart like stream with him and you guys were crying and then LDGG people like were mocking you because you guys were crying, that some of the things he said to you had a lot of parallels to some of the things which I know he's extremely aware of. Some of the things that Dr. K said to Reckful when Dr. K told Reckful he would be there for him for like 2 years or something. I think he literally told you that he'll be there for you, like almost like he was trying to make it sound like the Dr. K thing, because he was trying to say this is the way you should do it, and that's not. But, yeah, I think he was trying to be what Dr. K should have been. I mean, or at least trying to present himself as trying to be what.
This is what any good friend in my life would have done at that point. Leah, you are getting off of Klonopin. Your brain is acting weird. Do not go online right now. That is what a good friend would do. And Max did not do that. Max did the opposite. And then Max drug me through 8 months of writing this book that he did not tell me I was going to be featured in. Like, did not tell me how much of it I was.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it came out, he kept telling me, like, you know, he was doing the press runs, and I was like, can you stop talking about it? And eventually he did stop talking about it. So that was kind. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the report, baby.
You got some zingers in there.
That's like not what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just, the whole thing was just so fucking weird, dude. Like, I don't even.
He was and
also I think that's ultimately when I got off of Klonopin and I started to like level out and I was like me again,
mm-hmm.
and not like emotionally raw and, you know, whatever. Klonopin's it's a weird drug. It does weird things to your brain. Jordan Peterson's talked about it. Like, it does weird things to your brain. I started to level out and become like normal again. And then like Max, who was like a beacon for me while I was struggling, then it became this like weird, like, oh, I'm like much healthier than you are. And that was very strange.
And
like,
that's not good. You don't want to be his parent.
Well, that's what I said in the last time. I was like, I feel like I'm your mom when we talk. Like, but also, like, I mean, yeah, I have, like, a successful relationship. I'm very happy in my life. I have tons of friends. I beat agoraphobia. I've been leaving the house.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, I've been doing so good. And the more I started to, like, branch out and be, like, normal, the more I realized that he was, like deranged. Like, he was like very mentally unwell. And then, you know, I just thought, like, I mean, like, I don't think Shaylin leaves the house very much. Like, I think I guess I don't know. I guess I don't know. But the more I think about, like, even their relationship and the clips I've seen of them since is just, like, so scary.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I just don't think that. I think that Max is so unwell that he will make everyone in his life a paper doll of his parents. Like, I think he will
That's a narcissist.
morph people into his
That's
life.
that's a narcissist.
I don't like to use like
Me either. But but the thing is, like, I don't like using it diagnostically, but pathologically, that like a because that's not a diagnostic of a narcissist. That's not how you diagnose narcissism, but that's what the pathology is. You don't have a sense of self, and you have to turn other people into your parent, and then they can let you down, and then you lash out at them just like you would your parent. And that's basically
and then it's like this sort of emotionally explosive, enabling, because at this point Max like finds people who will enable his behavior. Like, he will not like, I'm sure that Max has a very hard time keeping friendships with people with boundaries. So then he finds, you know, codependent people who will enable his behavior. And I don't think that's how, like, I think like how Shaylin was like with Max every step of the way, coming on camera and doing her thing, and also being like, do what you have to do, babe, do it, like, get your word out. That is like, that was the worst thing for Max, like the worst thing for Max. And I was like very acutely aware of, and I was almost jealous of it, that like Max got to do whatever he wanted and was backed by his partner, that I was like, you know, when Connor was like, you know, baby, come on, get offline. It's not real life. Like, we have a great life. Let's like spend time together. I'd be like, why aren't you like Shaylin, who's like enabling all of my bad behavior and whatever? Like, it almost made me, it's so sweet. It's so sweet to feed your ego with someone like enabling your every bad behavior, and like this unconditional love, but like, I mean, it's not that I don't have unconditional love, it's like unconditional support, which is not good. I don't think that you should have unconditional support to do like I think your partner should step in and be like, okay, dude, this isn't, come on.
I don't agree.
Well, I do. I think that that's healthy.
You agree.
I think that's healthy. So
I think it's healthy I think the partner should step in if it's what is important for them. So like, let's say that you want to become like a championship like donut eater, and then you like over the course of a year gain like 150 pounds. But like, let's say that you're also like a fitness trainer, and so like you're able to gain like all that weight, but you're still healthy. But then your partner's like, I literally can't get a boner anymore, or something, you know, and like then they can step in and be like, look, this is ruining our relationship. But if it's what you want, then that's different from this is hurting you.
Yeah, no, I think that you should actively find someone who makes you better.
Yeah,
who has similar values to you. In
that you are baking into that what the actions that Max is taking are self-harm and self-sabotage. And
yeah,
you think so?
Yeah, I think he is a chronic self-harmer. I think I used to call it flagellation. Like, whenever we'd talk on the phone, we'd have these like hours long conversations, and all he would do is like self-flagellate. Like, he just like he loves to like lay bare and have people watch him hurt himself, or have you hurt himself, and he'll like prompt you to hurt him. I was talking to Stardust about this like the other week. Like, he will be like, you're mad at me, and you'll be like, no, like, no, I feel pretty neutral about you. And he'll be like, no, you're mad at me and I can feel it. And so then he'll like start to pull this out of you, and then be like, no, I know you're mad and you just don't want to say. And I'm just like, dude, do you want, like, you want me to be mad at you when I'm not? It's like very it's masturbatory and it's flagellative. Well, and it's very uncomfortable.
I that's like the thing that I like about him the most. Oh, it is very uncomfortable. It is very uncomfortable. I do like that about him also. It's also very uncomfortable to be on that side.
It's fun to watch, and it's fun to be around to an extent, but when it's every conversation and you're close to this person and you rely on this person for any sort of care, like even just in a friendship, it is like it's unlivable. Like you just can't, because then every conversation I have with him feels like he's like ego
Yeah, because
ruling on me.
even though it's him saying you're mad at me is him trying to like set himself aside and take care of you, it still also sneakily makes him part of the conversation. While so it's actually not caretaking completely, because now he's part of the conversation and it sneaks that in.
I mean, yeah, I also just think that he I think this, and this is, I'm gonna completely psychoanalyze him. I think he probably felt like someone was always mad at him or he was the problem growing up, and so now he tries to, I think this is avoiding abandonment. If you can get your loved one to tell you why they're upset before they even feel it or it becomes any sort of resentment at all, you can fix it so they can't leave. Or you can fix it, you can like rewire it. So it's like a control freak thing in an effort to like not be abandoned or
Yeah.
to like a codependent
Because it'll force you to be codependent if he does it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing
Also,
that I worry about.
You should not hear everything your partner thinks about you. You shouldn't. Or like everything your loved one thinks
People
about
tell
you,
me that.
you should not be privy to.
I
Like
get
that's
that.
not
I get
healthy.
that criticism.
Yeah, it's not healthy. It's extreme. It can be extremely abusive.
It can be too much. Like it can be like,
Yeah, it can
it's
also
like,
be abusive.
I think the way that it can be abusive is like you've got like a crate on your back and every time you do that it's fine. You put a pebble in, but like once it's full and you're crushing somebody, and yourself. I think any like one instance of that is okay, but it just becomes too much and it starts to become like crushing, I think. You're doing it now. You're doing the thing that I'm sure Max doesn't want you to do, because then, so if I'm Max, or really if I'm just me, then you shrugging and not saying how you feel or whatever, and I'm gonna tell you how you feel, and then you're gonna boil it's gonna start a conflict and a fight.
Well, I think I'm trying to have more tact in like communication with relationships, because I think that the way that I was communicating it wasn't healthy. So I'm thinking about what I'm feeling before I disclose. If you want to tell me what you think I'm thinking, I can parse through what is true or what feels accurate.
Do you think that I can be right and you can be wrong?
About what?
About what you about you and just people in general,
Yeah.
That's one I hate, because I think it's important in a like, so like some parts, so like maybe we're saying, I'm not convinced, but I believe that this is how you feel, and it makes sense, okay, about Max, but there is something good about telling, like especially telling your partner what you think about them and what you think about their intentions and how like what they're doing, so that they understand where you're coming from when you interact with them. And I think that that's good to a degree. And I so many people like, so that this is one good thing about the Maxian like thing, is that so many people are completely shut off to the idea of hearing someone else contradict what they think about themselves. And I hate that.
I'm not saying that you should never tell your partner what you think about them. I just think that you need to parse out what is your shit and their shit before you even tell them what you think is their shit.
Yeah. There are studies that a lot like that have there's a lot of evidence to suggest that the more empathy you have, the less accurate you are at reading other people. Because it
That's
means
interesting.
that you're actually more emotional and you're projecting. And empathy and projection are not very different. They're basically the same thing.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. Our Connor and I have a couples therapist who we haven't seen in a while. We're doing well. But I think it's good. I think that every couple who wants to get married should go through couples therapy or couples counseling. It's like incredible.
Yeah.
But our specific therapist is she's trained in like Carl Jungian like therapy practice or whatever. So whenever we were having a spat, she'd be like, who is he to you right now, or who is he for you right now? And that like really puts into perspective, like, oh fuck, like I don't know if I'm even really mad at Connor. I'm like actually just mad at like this other thing that is like actually very deep inside of me.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, because I think a lot of the time, like I've said things at Connor that like that I've been so mad at about things that he does, and he like doesn't do it. It's like something that I picked up on that he like was not doing. So that's why I think it's good to self-soothe and self-seek before bringing up something to a partner. Don't wait too long, because that builds resentment, right? Like you don't want to build resentment.
Right.
But you also, I mean, some things that you just don't talk to your partner about. You choose your battles, and then you talk to your friends and your therapist about it.
Yeah, I get
But
told that. I get told to choose my battles by people.
you should. It's a fantastic trait. You're much happier for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess you and Max need family therapy. What if you guys actually went to a family therapist?
Dude, Max is he's hopeless. I miss him. I miss him so much. I miss him every day. I really do. I love him and I miss him.
So why
but
don't you talk to him?
the last time I spoke to him, it was after he had kept calling me his daughter like a couple weeks. So 4 or 5 months ago, I said, Max, I can't be in a friendship with you anymore. I don't think that you're healthy for me. Don't think that you're healthy for you. And I don't think that's good for me. And, there are certain boundaries that I set, like stop calling me your daughter. It makes me uncomfortable. And he was just like, no. And I was just like, okay, well then I don't want to be in a friendship or a relationship with someone who does not respect my boundaries or who lets me weigh in on what the relationship expectation should be. Like, that's not fair. And so I ended the friendship. And I feel feel good about it. And so for months we don't talk, basically. And then he calls me his daughter a couple weeks ago on stream and all over his Reddit still. And so I text him and I say, Max, stop. Like, I ended our friendship over this. It makes me uncomfortable. Please, I'm asking you to stop. And he was just like, I'm your dad. And was like, so good to hear from you. And I was just like, I like can't. It's like hopeless. It's completely hopeless. He's extremely stubborn and I don't think that when you're having a relationship with Max, I think it's hard to feel like you're a person in the relationship. Like when you get close to him, it just feels like him and his perception of you instead of you.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm talking to somebody I'm dating. That's what people say about me.
That's really good, Smeth.
But I do work on that, and so that criticism gets levied at me, and then that criticism gets levied at me, and then after that, then I do better, and then eventually get levied at me. It's something I've gotten better at. Yeah.
Okay.
I need to make this about me right now.
No, it's okay.
Make it Yeah, I see both sides of what you're saying, honestly. Of the him calling you so of him calling you himself your dad and you're his daughter. Like him saying that he's your dad, I see both sides because I think so if you buy into his philosophy here, then if he really 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 thinks and he wants to help you and take care of you emotionally like a dad, and you say that you really need him to stop calling himself dad, that means as a dad, that's part of, I think that's like part of what you're gonna have to do. And then he could have
insane. This is
then he could have like this like in the back of his head, like he could know like 20 years from now, she's gonna be like, you were my dad. But until that happens, you can't. Okay, no. I'm saying that
so mentally ill.
I'm saying that the extension of his philosophy, I think he didn't meet it. And
no, through his own philosophy, he didn't.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so, but and also, I can see why he might have kept calling himself dad. Also, because to stop calling himself your dad, maybe he is defining to himself, which it's not fair to you because it's not, it's to him, right? But it's like he's defining to himself that is an abandonment of you, and he needs to make sure that you never hear him not say that he's your dad, because which is totally in him. I think that part is for him. I don't think you actually get much out of hearing the word dad. I don't think that actually
every part of our relationship ever was for him. All of it was for him. Not like, and it was it was manipulated that way. And I don't say manipulated in like a evil manipulator sense. I mean like in a desperation sense. I don't think Max is capable of any other relationship with anyone, but like a dream one that he makes up. Like I don't know if he's capable. And I think that that's due to like bad parenting. And he has from what I know of him, he has no desire to change. Like we'd talk about some of these things and like what bothered me about our relationship, and he'd just be like, I don't believe in being happy and I don't believe in being healthy. And I was like, okay. Like he has no desire to want to be a better person or to even second guess his behavior. And that's impossible to be around.
Well, he'll second guess his behavior on your behalf, right? Like he'll tell you that you think he's doing something wrong, and then he'll do the second guessing as part of his own. So it's actually not second guessing.
He's using me as like a board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He encouraged me to meet Grace Thorpe.
What?
He encouraged me to meet Grace Thorpe.
Why?
He told me that that I might have I probably have survivor's guilt. And I've talked to my therapist, and I probably do, and he's probably right. But then when he talked to Grace immediately after that, then he's like, I would love to see you and Smeth hang out. And then he looked like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have said that. So, but because of the combination of him saying that I have survivor's guilt and me having boundaries about meeting with her, and that was the connection, I was like, maybe that's why I don't want to do that. And then I did it, and it wasn't, I mean, I got a couple subscribers, but
I heard that it didn't end that well.
Yeah, and I keep getting messages. I keep getting messages from people about that.
Yeah, I think that family should just not be interacted with in any like public capacity.
Yeah, that's sad.
It'd be like that.
Yeah. Anyway, if we're leveraging criticisms of Max, we'll put that one out there. Do you think he loves you? Did or does?
I think as much as he can. Yeah.
You don't think he can love?
I think that nobody loves the same.
Right.
So I think in his way, yes. I think that he did. I don't consider it as useful as someone else loving me, right? Like I don't think it's as healthy or as useful as the way that like Connor loves me, or the way that my friends love me, the way that my close friends love me. But like I don't think it's like, I think that as much as he can love me, yeah.
What if you had two Connors?
Ugh, God
and
willing.
Yeah, and one of them was completely sexually uninterested, but still loved you all the same.
What if?
Well, I'm just saying, like,
what do you
I don't really know how he interacted with you, but
Connor's not a very sexual person.
his goal was to say that he wants to have these boundaries and not be like have his sexual attraction to you be part of the relationship at all. So do you have men that are like that?
I think Connor is like that to some
Like a
extent.
eunuch?
Connor, no, he's definitely not a eunuch, but I think he really respects my body and what I want with it, and he doesn't make him being horny my problem ever. And never has. Like he's very he's been very respectful of my appetite, and he loves it the weeks where I'm feral and ovulating and primal. But then some weeks will pass where I just want to make sculptures and play Baldur's Gate, and we are cuddling and I feel his boner and he doesn't say anything.
Well, the cuddling boner is not like I want to fuck.
When it's that hard.
No, because blood flow. No, honestly, when you're laying.
I know the difference. I like, if we're just laying, I know what you're talking about. But I'm talking about a specific his
purple head,
changing.
purple head.
His breathing is changing.
Purple cock head, yeah.
He's smelling me. Yeah. Like but yeah, he's never.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to just be a little bit horny.
I feel very safe. I feel very, very safe and respected, even in my relationship with my sexual partner. Like no notes, literally. Connor and I have a bunch of communication problems because I come from a broken home and his parents love him, so
yeah,
I'm insane.
You just abandon your own dad.
If there's one thing, I know. If there's one thing that we have like never struggled with, it's that stuff. That's like, I feel super. What's the word? I feel very
respected,
honored?
empowered.
Honored. Yeah, empowered, honored. Yeah.
I love making my sexuality my own problem. Very vocally.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like how?
I like to be groomed. I like to empower my partners by giving them control of my sexuality.
Eunuch behavior, Smeth. You are a perfect eunuch.
No, I'm a lion.
No, you don't. This is the thing. Like, you don't have to be.
You say I'm a eunuch, but I'm clearly way more sexual than Connor, from where you're describing it.
Oh, you're a pest. Connor's like a man. You're a eunuch.
A
Connor's
eunuch?
like
A eunuch is not
Connor's
horny.
a man
No,
who's in control of his sexuality.
that's a eunuch.
And for the sake of the women around him, right? Like
That sounds like a eunuch.
He's a Christian.
But I am in control of my sexuality for the women around me. I genuinely am.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Remember that one time you messaged me that you wanted to eat my discreet pussy?
Oh yeah, but that was a joke.
Oh, was it? So you don't want to?
No, I don't. I really don't want to. No.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I'll let you.
I don't want to. I have a girlfriend.
That didn't stop you before. Pretty sure you messaged me that when you had a girlfriend.
Yeah, but that was a joke. The reason that I messaged you that is because you were streaming in a Discord call.
Girlfriend. What's monogamy?
You were streaming in a Discord call, looking at different you were showing this catalog
I'm
of
showing the vulva parade.
yeah, the catalog of porn star vaginas. And then you were like, guys, what's my vagina? What's my vagina?
I didn't say that. I said,
okay.
This one looks like mine. I didn't say, guys, what's mine? I didn't crowdsource. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I said, oh, this one looks like mine.
No, that's not what you said. What you said was, I am disgusted that mine is referred to as a discreet vagina. And the word discreet was pretty funny to you. And I don't remember messaging you, can I eat your discreet vagina? But
you said you wanted to. You didn't ask.
I don't remember that. But maybe I did.
I would have preferred you to ask.
Well, I didn't attempt. If that's the case, I said me saying I wanted to is even less than asking, right? But yeah. I didn't. But it was a joke, and I don't know. Oh, actually, in that relationship, my girlfriend had given me express permission to flirt with you if I wanted to, too.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Usually I feel like that is the opposite. I feel like girlfriends give express permission to, or express a direction to not flirt with me.
Well, I think she didn't think that we were ever going to, fuck or date or anything, so.
Yeah, she knew I was way out of your league, so she wasn't even tripping.
Yeah. That's what we'll say, yeah. Do you think that I am, how pathetic do you think I am? On a scale of...
Oh, or is this you masturbating right now?
On a scale of Steven...
Are you going to think about this later? How pathetic do you think I am, Leah?
I'm saying, how much do you think I am like Destiny?
Honestly, I think you are less pathetic than Steven. Because Steven is so scared.
You're doing it, hold on, you're doing it to me. Now I get it. Okay, Max is right. You're trying to make it seem and you're trying to paint it like I am attracted to you and I want to fuck you. I've always had boundaries about that with you. I don't, and I've even told you.
Told me that Smith, you messaged me saying that you wanted to eat me out. You're like,
I don't remember that.
How could you ever say? You just did. What do you mean?
I don't remember doing it, but if I did, I know the context would have been. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Sure.
I mean, it was flirtatious.
Okay,
I mean,
Smith, I don't think that you actually want to fuck me. Okay, I mean, I'm sure that there's a little part of you that wants to fuck me in the same way.
Okay, you are attractive. Yes, you are attractive. If I was your granddad, I would hug you head on. That's all.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
And that's all you asked for, right? Maybe I'm a better dad. I'm the better dad because I would hug you head on.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Anyway.
You can't do it like a man. I'll get kicked out of Planet Fitness if I do that.
Let me do a sound check. I need to see how much lower I am.
I'll get kicked out of Planet Fitness if I do that.
Oh, yeah, who was that sexy guy?
They're saying that they can barely hear me. That's a you problem.
Yeah.
Not a me problem.
It's just men. They don't even listen.
Yeah, they don't even. Yeah, it's actually selective hearing. But no, as to answer your question, I think that Steven is way more pathetic than you because he's so scared of his submissive nature. Like, and so he is more desperate to like keep it under wraps, and he gets like really upset when people call him like a simp. Whereas like I don't think that you're as upset, and I think that you sort of like adopted it in your behavior, which makes it like way less pathetic.
Well, thank you very much. I'm
Yeah,
still
of
not
course.
gonna fuck you. I'm not.
Please, what if I beg?
I want your discreet vagina to remain extremely discreet.
You want it to remain it's a suggestion at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, not an order.
It's a rumored vagina.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, do you still talk to Max?
I message him like once a month. And he has a lot of boundaries with me. And
yeah, that makes sense. You're insane.
Sure. But I mean,
you're like gonna go kill him and like wear his skin.
Speaking of that, do you remember? So hold on, I'll change this so you can see it. I don't know if this is gonna fuck up your stream, but so do you remember the first time I ever talked to you, and I put like I did the parasocial thing on the mrgirl hotline. I talked about parasociality, and then immediately, and then you were talking shit about me. And you were just being very dismissive. I put a lot of work into that, okay? And then immediately after, to smooth things over, because you'd gotten all insecure because I had stolen your spot. Then
that was it.
Then Max smoothed it over by showing you the family portrait with you and Max and Shaylin, and then to retaliate, then I painted over it with myself.
That is so scary.
It's pretty funny. So
yeah, it's scary.
You
that
claim
is something that you did.
Yeah, I did. I'm proud of it. I asked Shaylin if she minded, and then I took it down, but then I just showed it again. So, but it's been a long time, and this, whatever. I'm a bad person. I'm a scary. I'm a bad person. I'm a scary person.
Sure. Aren't we all?
I hate you.
Why?
Your character assassinating me.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Okay. I've got a poem. Max wrote a poem about what it means to be a father.
Oh yeah.
What does it mean to be a parent? Or Max Carson. To need nothing and to know nothing. To be owed nothing. To be in permanent debt. To be hated more than God and loved more than you deserve. To be steady during earthquakes and strong during famine. To be a shield against pain, death, snow, and time. To fail. That's his poem. You know, wait, just to finish about how so I message him like once a month, usually with a technical thing. And my relationship with him has been established to be, if I need him for something and I actually need his help, he probably will help me.
You're saying, is he my dad? Sure, he can be your dad.
No,
Smith.
but he won't be my dad.
And you're mad.
No,
you're mad at me that I don't want it, and you want it.
Yeah, actually part of me is bad, but the part of me that wants him to be my dad isn't healthy.
Okay, well, I feel like I'm getting raped. I feel like I read something like that, and it's like public for everyone to see, and he's like still in the same community that's already harassing me, DGG, like still calling himself my dad to them, and it feels like he's like raping me. Like that's I feel viscerally uncomfortable. I hate it. I've asked him to stop, and he doesn't, and he makes it a joke. So I wish you all. I wish.
No,
I
I
wish
don't
that for you.
actually. No, I don't actually want that.
Max Carson raped me. My next false allegation. He's parent raping me.
Yeah.
He's fatherhood raping me.
If you get remarried, will he pay the dowry or whatever?
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
I wish for I wish for him a happy, healthy life.
That is the most passive aggressive thing I've ever heard in my whole life.
I just yeah, I don't think so. I think it's actually pretty aggressive. I don't think that he's happy. I don't think he's healthy. And I do wish that for him.
Okay, I believe you.
I wonder sometimes if it's the relationship he's in, if it's the therapist he's with, if it's the like I wonder if there's someone in his life who can help him. But then that's me and my ego. That's me and my codependence where I'm like now I'm like no, it's not going to be me because I'm not equipped. So I took myself out of there, but I think about that a lot, like what it would take for him to change or be healthy and happy. Because I miss him a lot. Like I have this like hope and wish that like he was like happy and normal, and that we could be friends.
What does he have to do? What does he have to work on?
I think I got him a book. It's called The Power of Now. I got it for his birthday. I think was it his birthday or was it Christmas? Oh no, it was his birthday. Yeah, he's an Aries. It's called The Power of Now. I think he needs to read that. I think he needs to detach from his ego, because ego is like where the wound of like narcissism like festers and makes you.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think you're wrong. I think that it's that you don't have an ego and that you need other people to have a sense of self. So he has no. If he's a narcissist pathologically, then him.
I don't think he's a narcissist.
Okay.
I think he was around a narcissist or like has like a deep narcissistic wound. But I think that his ego is what he does this thing where I think he's constantly self-checking if he's a narcissist, which is ego. Like if you're constantly trying to control your every behavior, trying to go over your every intention,
Yeah,
that
that's
is ego.
Yeah.
So I think that I think he's completely swimming in his ego and he can't get out of it.
He's like an anti-narcissist.
But that makes him still a less like it still makes him mentally unwell. It like sure you're not a narcissist, but you're like a shell of a person at that point. You're just like an anxious like abyss hole, who's incapable of creating any sort of lasting relationship or hope for yourself. It's just as egregious in your life. It does the same damage.
You sound mad at him.
I am mad at him.
Because he failed you?
I think he used me. Maybe without knowing, but I think that he used my mental health as collateral because he knew that it would get much worse if I kept talking, and
Really?
Yeah, I think that he used, at the end, he definitely like expressly told me to use my platform. So he used the reach that I had. He used me with the reach that I had.
Is it not just that he prioritized the project of saving everybody from Destiny over you?
Well, that's still using me as collateral.
Okay.
So yeah, I
but
wished
not to
not
hurt
be used
you,
as collateral.
just because he didn't care.
Yeah, I don't think it was malicious. But yeah, it still makes me upset. I'm upset with myself that I trusted him and that I was so naive. I look back and I watch the video where we're like crying, and I'm like, and I see me being like manipulated in like a pretty egregious way. But in a very socially savvy way also.
Where he tells everybody he's your dad and everybody like is disgusted and socially savvy.
Well, I think he does the thing that he accuses Destiny of, where he hides in plain sight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I do think that, you know, sometimes being tactless is tact. So I don't know. I just yeah, there's a lot of things where like I just, you know, him not telling me that I was most of the article, and then trying to get close to me. Weird. Like, why were you trying to get that close to me? Like, every couple days he'd message me and be like, do you want to get on a call? And obviously I was free to say no. But you know, why was he doing that? Like, it's one thing to want to write the article, but why do you want to get close to me in particular? Because you like me, because I'm like a likable person. You see me, you see yourself in me, whatever. But then that also bothers me because I'm like, you liked me because you saw yourself in me. I was
Well, there's
never
another
me.
narrative. There's another
I
narrative.
was never me in that friendship. It was him and his perception of me. I never existed.
There's another narrative that he felt
What's
guilty, that he felt guilty that he basically started your cycle of like hate, and like he lolcowified you. He started that. And then he felt guilty.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That whole thing was weird with the like. Everyone is so terminally autistic in this space. It's insane. You can't even say you want to like. You can't even say you're a pedophile in jest anymore.
Zerka can.
People take you seriously.
Zerka does.
It's just so, yeah, I don't know, dude. The whole thing is fucking weird. I'm also like, I don't know. I'm so yeah, I'm mad at everyone. Why didn't anyone who loved me tell me to just get offline while I was coming off Klonpin, then go back? Actually, a lot of people did, and I was like, nope.
Yeah.
I'm mad at myself mostly. I'm mad at myself.
Am I hurting you by streaming you with you?
No, I'm okay now. I think the more also, I just haven't streamed in so long, so I think every time I stream, like 5 more people message me and they're like, "Oh, you seem pretty normal," and I'm like, "Yeah, I am pretty normal. I was just going through a super weird time," which I was. So I don't feel that bad.
I don't know. I'm freaked out by how you tried to paint me as having like sexted you or something.
If it's a joke, it's a joke. I don't care. I don't care.
I know. I know, but I
was
just
teasing you. I was teasing you.
okay. I'm sensitive.
I'm sorry. I will do my best to try not to.
Well, no, I'm sensitive because like I don't want my girlfriend to think that I'm like trying to like I'm gonna like cheat on her or something. So that's why I'm sensitive.
That's a her problem. That's not a you problem. If you have no desire to cheat on me, then it doesn't matter.
Well, I do. I have. Well, I don't
Or
know.
to cheat on her.
Yeah. I think that's. What else do I got here? Let's see if I have anything left in my notes. I got nothing left.
Well,
I don't want Mr. Girl. Part of me does want him to be my dad, and that is the.
Smith, you need to call. You need to have a long dinner.
No,
with
I've
your
talked about
actual
this.
Father.
No, I've talked about this. Like it's the part of me that needs to attach to like a grandiose person, and that part of me is disappearing as I like am healing from past stuff.
Slay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm crying. I'm not.
Okay.
Let me, for the record, Smith has never tried to fuck me.
No. It's already been cleared up, but no. Because of that.
Who's your new girlfriend?
Biddy.
I don't know who this is. Is this a streamer? Is she in the space?
She's in the space. She's not streaming though. But she's been a streamer.
What space is she in?
She used to be a mod for Zerka.
Hell yeah.
Are
you guys just dating or are you like
yeah.
IRL dating?
So far, yeah.
Samantha, why don't you go out and find real women outside?
Cause I don't know.
Do you want someone who understands your lore so you don't have to explain it?
That's a big thing. And who understands me. Even if you understand me, then you start dating me, and then there's a whole other thing, like a whole other bunch of shit you're gonna have to fucking.
I can't imagine the mental illness prerequisite needed to date you. I can't imagine it.
That is very unbecoming of a thing for you to say.
I love you, Smith. I love you. You are a very particular sort of person.
Yeah. I'm particularly the best type of person you could possibly be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well,
the math or something?
Mrs. Particular. If we're going to talk about particularity here.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're very, very particular.
I'm like an everyman.
Yeah.
There's something in me for everyone.
I think you think that. I think you'll convince yourself of that.
No, I think I could be pretty charming. I could play to my audience a little bit if I know who my audience is.
I love it when you do that.
What?
You do that laugh and then you reframe and it works really well. You're very good.
Well, that's improv, baby. You say something egregious and then you go back and you get it. You hit him with the 1-2.
Yeah. So nobody, no, you keep them guessing. So people will latch onto,
Exactly.
they'll
This
latch
is
onto what
jester
they want.
maxing. This
They'll-
is jester maxing.
Yeah.
Never let them know your next move.
Yeah. Did anybody ever use the phrase? You're gonna hate that I say this. Did anybody ever
I
use?
hate everything you say.
Did anybody ever use the phrase maxi lav?
What?
Like a maxi pad, but like a maxi lav?
No.
No.
And it's not particularly clever.
Okay. Okay.
It's the effort that counts. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Well, it looks like we have run out of time. Okay.
Unless you want to tell me that you want to eat me out again. Don't make me beg, Smith.
Team laptop. Okay. Have a good night.
Have a good night, Smith.
Bye. The fuck is she on? All right. That's the end of this stream. Thank you for joining me for an amazing, wonderful episode of the Smeth Show. I'm coming from the Smeth Den. It's me, your host, Smeth, giving a dose of crystal Smeth, the cleanest form of methamphetamine you can get. And if you need to wean yourself off of that, there's only one source for smethadone, and that's right here, baby. So you're going to be coming back, and you're going to be craving more and more, and I got what you need. But you're going to have to wait till next time. Have a great night, everybody.